Is it better for you to race from the front, as it were?
I think so. In my experience, it's always been a good position to be in. Certainly, like the idea of being in a more defensive position and not having to try and make up time on anyone else. Yeah, I think just to summarize today's stage, I think today was obviously all about the final. Quite a tricky run-in. I think my teammates did a great job keeping me up front, and with the risk of there being splits in the final, it was great to have the support from my team to be up there, and I think it was really important to stay up front today.
Hi Chris, tomorrow is the first uphill finish in this Vuelta. Is a stage really different as yesterday, where your team were really impressive. What's your feeling about tomorrow's stage?
I don't actually know the final climb, so we'll have to see, study it a bit more this evening and see what it looks like. But I'm feeling good, my team's feeling good, and we'll do everything we can to protect the red jersey at this point.
Hi Chris, who are you most afraid of as your rivals? We saw yesterday Esteban Chaves as your main contender. Who do you see up there with you?
Yeah, I think as it stands, there's a lot of guys who are still in contention. Obviously Esteban yesterday was really strong on the climb, and looked to be the strongest from the climbing group. Having said that, Vincenzo won the stage yesterday, so I mean he's obviously in great shape as well. Yeah, we'll have to see once we hit the big climbs, but I know that Vincenzo can also do a good time trial, so I think at this point he's probably the most dangerous rival for me.
Chris, a lot of people were expecting Wout Poels to be your sort of #1 lieutenant. He maybe had a bit of a disappointing day yesterday. Was he disappointed with that, and do you expect him to get stronger as the race goes on?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Wout was a bit disappointed yesterday, not to be right up there at the sharp end, but just going on previous experience with Wout in Grand Tours, he always rides into the race, and certainly in the second and third week is always really strong. So I've got no doubt that he'll be back to his best pretty soon, and maybe also just the first really hot day for him. He suffered a bit with the heat, but hopefully he'll get used to that and will improve as the race goes on.
Did you mention as rival Vincenzo Nibali, especially because of is one of the better one in the time trial? Are you riding now thinking in the time trial? Obviously, with all the respects to all the mountain that we have?
Not necessarily. I mean, yeah, sure, I know the time trial is there, and that's a stage I'm really going to target for sure. But having said that, I'm looking at one stage at a time, and on each day trying to do the maximum to stay up front. Sorry, just while I remember, I think just on the crashes today coming into the final, I thought it's worth just mentioning that I certainly, for one, I believe that having the 3-second rule, as we did in the Tour de France, certainly made things a lot safer. It's something that I'd like to see come back into especially finishes like today that are so technical and dangerous. I believe it makes the race at the front a lot safer. No one wants the GC guys to be up there sprinting. The sprinters don't want us there. We don't want to be there, but obviously we have to be up there. So, in my opinion, we should bring back the 3-second rule, and certainly all the riders I've spoken to have felt the same. So, I don't know. That's maybe one for the commissaires and the UCI.